Hello, everybody. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Monday afternoon, as I am having. Um, Today, we're going to do some screencasting. Now, this is my second time trying to do this, and if you're on a Windows machine and you're looking to screencast some things, I suggest you use a software called Active Presenter. Don't use anything else because it's free and it it's very well developed, and you won't have to redo your screencast 13 times like I have done. So let's get into it. Today we're going to be screencasting a website that is relevant to my content path, and my content path is civil rights. If you read my last blog post, you'll see that this content path is very personal to me over some experiences that I had relatively recently in regards to this subject. So yeah, let's get right into it. First of all, these are monkeys, and they're very happy monkeys. Thank you, Google, for that. So we're going to go to the address bar, and we're going to type in hhs.gov. This is going to take us to the Health and Human Services website for the government, and you are going to be greeted by a nice young lady blowing her nose. So yeah, it's important stuff here. No, we have a lot of cool information readily available to us on the homepage. You have information on HIPAA, and you have a link for information on the Affordable Care Act, and some other pieces of some other pieces of legislations that may be relative to your situation. It's very simple looking, it's very clean, and it's easy. It's very easy to navigate around. So, being that our topic is civil rights, there's a couple ways we can zone in on that web page. And that's either by typing civil rights into our search bar, or we can click on our little handy dandy A to Z index right here. Civil rights starts with a C. Last time I checked, so we'll just click on C, and we will just scroll on down until we find civil rights. Okay, great. So now we're in the area that is that pertains solely to civil rights, and if you can see that it has four main categories up here at the top. We have information for individuals, filing a complaint, information for providers, and we have newsroom. Let's click on information for individuals. Okay, cool. So now we were in information on civil rights for individuals, and it breaks it down even more, so we can really narrow down on information we want to look at. We can look at information on race, color, or national origin, disability, age, sex, religion, and again, it provides links to more relevant legislation passed by Congress. So suppose we're in a situation where either personally or we want to display some information for someone else on race, color, or national origin. We can simply click on the topic. Here it gives a broad overview on the topic. It gives some criteria on the administration of civil rights and the obligation of some of the providers, and it also gives some relevant legislation passed by Congress. We all know Congress. If everyone looked at a Congress bill, like a legitimate Congress bill, it can be 500 to 700 to 1500 to 67 million pages, and it can be very confusing. Well, not it can be. It is very confusing, and it's just too much. So, one thing I like about this site is that it will reference sections of those bills relevant to the information. Title 6 of the Civil Rights Act, and the implementing regulation on 45 CFR Part 80. So yeah, it's a really nice website, very well designed, and it's narrowed down for your situation. So each of the situations, race, gender, religion, sex, is all going to have relevant information on that subject for you to view. I myself do pretty much everything online. I pay my bills online. I do my homework online. I'm online right now, and one thing that I find very, very useful is looking at other people's questions that have been asked. I have a question on something, instead of writing an email and waiting for a response, I always check to see that someone else hasn't asked a question either exactly like my question or very similar to. A good thing about this website, it does have a civil rights frequently asked questions. And we're in the frequently asked questions section. And I'm going to resort back to that, the simplicity of this website, because the very, very first question that is asked is, what are civil rights? So it's awesome that it kind of breaks you in with the most basic question on the subject at all. What are civil rights? And then as you scroll down, you can really get more valuable information, more detailed information on specific situations. If you're just looking to broaden up on the subject, you want to debate your friend, or if you're in a personal situation where you could use it in court or for arbitration, there's some really, really good information on this website for you. All readily available to you, all right here. Very, very simple to see, very, very simple to use. It also has some information for providers. It gives them a list of some of their obligations as a provider and some of the entities that they need to cover. Again, we're going to go into the legislation that was passed, and it gives some some references to those articles and those bills to be able to give you an idea. The most the best thing that I think this website has is that if you look over here to the left, you'll see some thing called resolution agreements. If you click on that, you're going to see a whole bunch of previously settled agreements, and it gives a lot of if you click on the bulletins and read the resolution agreement in full, you're going to see that it details what has happened in that agreement. It gives all the specifications. So if you find yourself in a position to where you don't know where to start, you don't know if you have anything, or if you're just really, really ignorant on the civil rights, filing a complaint, and kind of how it works, this is where you go. It tells you everything. So now that you have your information on civil rights, you've looked at some previous cases and all the information pertaining to those cases, and now you're ready to go. You're ready to file a complaint. So you just go to the left here and you click File a Complaint. Again, it's going to go into being very simple. If you want to file a complaint, then it's saying, well, if you believe that you've been discriminated against because of your race, color, or national origin, disability, age, sex, or religion and programs, you can file a complaint. So now you're like, oh man, I want to file a complaint, but what's the process? No worries. It tells you. Click on Complaint Process. It'll give everything you need to know about it. It'll even let you file a complaint online. And even after that, it tells you what you can expect after you file a complaint. And it just wouldn't be right without a lot of references to the previous past legislations. And we have some more civil rights facts. So not only does it display an information for individuals, all the information you could possibly want on the subject, very detailed information on the subject. It gives information what providers are expected to abide by in regards to the legislation. You give all your previously settled cases in regards to the information, and it guides you step by step on filing a complaint. You couple all those awesome things along with a very, very well written, very simple website, extremely easy to use, very, very good on the eyes. Overall, this website is awesome. If this is something you're interested in, or if you're on the same content path I am, I strongly suggest you use this information on this website to help reference. It's just the sheer amount of information and the time they put in. They put a lot of money in this, that's for sure, and they definitely hired some very, very good developers too. This is very good HTML. So I definitely recommend you checking this out. Great website. This is my screencast. I hope you guys find this beneficial, and I hope everyone has a great day.